It's 95 degrees here in Tennessee today, this last day of May. I thought I'd come out and lay in the sun for a while, but I decided to do a little research for next month's videos. And when I did, I came across a lot of stuff that happened this month, May 2022. You're not going to believe this stuff. Up in Illinois, 18-year-old Nautica Young was charged with first-degree murder for her part in the shooting death of Ivan Marshall on May 22nd. Authorities said she shot and killed Mr. Marshall while he was working at Bella Milano restaurant that Sunday night. Responding to a 911 call, police found Mr. Marshall injured and rushed him to the hospital, where he died. Police immediately released a statement saying they were looking for an earlier model, 4-door, light gold or tan-colored sedan, which is missing the rear passenger side hubcap. They eventually arrested Young Wednesday, and her bond was set for $1.5 million. She's still being held at the O'Fallon Police Department pending transport to the St. Clair County Jail. We still don't know why she did it, though, and everything's still under investigation. Over in Wyoming, Michigan, Sakina Muhammad had court on Wednesday, the 25th, for shooting her boyfriend and baby daddy, Kawan Winston. Police said she killed him at her apartment and took off and stayed gone so long people thought she was missing.
Killed her boyfriend, Quan Winston, in self-defense. However, two of the state's witnesses claim Muhammad was the aggressor.
Neighbors heard a single gunshot and say they saw Muhammad leave. No one called 911 for quite some time. Both neighbors said they heard Muhammad verbally threatening her boyfriend.
He was asking her, please let me go. And she goes, no, bro, you're dead.
Then she didn't respond until Sunday, 4:26 a.m. And she said, finna kill a LMAO. What you doing?
Quan was not supposed to be at Muhammad's apartment. He'd been ordered away and was in violation of a no-contact order when he was there. He was out on bond and awaiting sentencing for an assault charge against Muhammad the night that he was shot.
So she said she grabbed the gun and at some point it went off. She mentioned she was just trying to scare him, but then the gun went off, he let go of her, and she left.
Muhammad's facing an open murder charge, which is a felony punishable by up to life in prison.
Down Louisiana this month, Baton Rouge police said that they got called out to a report of a woman laying in the middle of the road with a baby on top of her. When they got there, they found Rachel Miles. She was pushing a stroller through traffic. When they tried to get her out of the road, she started to run, and the baby almost fell out in the middle of the street. Officers said that vehicles had to slam on their brakes and swerve and stop on the side of the road just to not hit her and the baby. She is known to authorities as a homeless person with mental problems. She assaulted emergency personnel before she was arrested, and at the jail she refused to be photographed or fingerprinted. She is still awaiting court. Down Alabama, Birmingham police arrested Tykerel Jordan, 24 years old, in connection to a deadly shooting in Ansley on May 23rd. She was charged with capital murder in the death of Al Patrick McKinstry. Officers were called to a residence on 60th Street when a woman called authorities saying she shot a man. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Him and Jordan reportedly did share a child together. She's being held at the Jefferson County Jail, but no one knows all the information yet, so stay tuned for that one. Over in Greensboro, North Carolina, on May 17th, Melissa Ray, 27 years old, was charged with child neglect and manslaughter in the starvation death of her own child. According to local cops, a 911 call came in about an unresponsive child. It was around 3:42 p.m. from the address of 1529 Lovett Street. When emergency personnel arrived on the scene, the child was already gone. This story is still under investigation. Police are asking anyone with information about this woman and the incident to contact Greensboro Crime Stoppers at 336-373-1000.
A woman is charged with manslaughter tonight in connection to the death of an infant. Greensboro police say Melissa Ray is also being charged with child neglect causing serious injury.
Way up in Ohio, 51-year-old Gail Eastwood Ritchie was sentenced to life with parole after 15 years on May 23rd. After being found guilty of murder and dumping the body of her newborn son in the woods back in 1993. She claimed he was stillborn, but an autopsy showed he had drawn a few breaths. Newspaper carriers found the infant's body in a rural part of the area. Ritchie had put it in a garbage bag and tossed it into the woods, where animals ravaged it and brought the remains into the roadway. Ritchie was identified as the mother after a detective submitted DNA to a public genealogical website. He had to create a family tree of 1,400 relatives and then narrow the search down to Ritchie, who told investigators it was her baby, but she'd been too afraid of her strict father to give birth and keep it. She was arrested in June 2019. That's not all she told the police, though. She said she'd done this years before. Ritchie later married the newborn's father, and they now have 3 adult children. I told y'all it was a crazy month, and that's not even the half of them. So what do you think? Do they all deserve to be there? Will any of these women land on death row? Let me know your thoughts below.